Okay. All right. Hello, my name is Susie and I'm with HomeGauge Sales and Support. I'm going to show you how to use the agreement starter template. So right now I've got the agreement starter template loaded up, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about this template's intention and use. So at HomeGauge, we thought it would be a great idea to save you all a little bit of time by providing the header and footer for a basic agreement. And then in the middle is a blank area where you are intended to copy and paste agreement text from some agreement that you have on your computer that you would like to use in HomeGauge. It's quite simple to do on yourself by yourself, so I'm going to take you through the steps. Up at the top here, you're going to have some information, and I'll briefly explain what that all is about. This is the header, and it's got the basic fields that most people want at the top of their agreement. So you've got client name, property address, the fee for the inspection, and the inspection date. And then next to it, you're going to see a $sign, a bracket, and then a couple words in between. This right here is called a replacement variable, and it's code. So you want to keep any of these replacement variables in their place. You don't want to delete them. They are there to pull in data from the appointment. So you're going to be putting information about an appointment in the appointment manager, and then HomeGauge is going to bring that data and populate it into these fields. So this template is designed where you're never going to go in and erase this and type in a customer's name. You're never going to go in and erase this and type in an address. You're going to leave it as is. All right, so up here at the top, there's also a replacement variable for your logo. You're not going to go in here to this agreement template and paste in your logo. You're just going to let the software pull that logo from your inspector profile. So with replacement variables, we just have a couple basic ones loaded into this agreement, but you might find the need to add more. So I'm going to let you know where you can find more replacement variable codes in the case that you want to copy and paste them into your agreement. Down at the bottom here, you're going to find a link that says replacements. If you right click on it and choose open link in new tab, and then go to the top of your browser, you're going to see a tab that says agreement replacement variables. If you click on that, there's going to be 3 columns. You're going to see the variable, the description of what it's communicating, and just an example. So feel free to check through all these, and you might find something that you want to pre-populate into your, or sorry, not pre-populate, auto-populate into your agreement. And if you do find something that you would like, all you got to do is just highlight. Let's say that we want to have the report ID. I'm going to highlight the replacement variable. I'm going to hold down Control on my keyboard, and then I'm going to click the C key while I'm holding down Control. So Control C, that will copy that replacement variable. And then I'm going to go to the top of my browser and click back to the tab that I had open for my agreement. And then wherever I want to have this report ID, maybe I want to put it right here, I can just paste that in. So that's enough about replacement variables. We'll continue on with how to use this agreement. All right, so the top part of the agreement, you're pretty much going to leave alone. You can go in, and if you want, you can customize the name just by highlighting it and deleting it. But we're going to scroll down just a little bit further. So in the middle of this starter template, we have a note to you as the inspector. It says, hey, you, yes, you, the inspector, please read these instructions, enter in your legal text here. Be sure to delete this paragraph from the document. It's not for the client's view, and click on the short how-to video for the best way to use this template including ways to move over text from another document or website. So this red text, again, you don't want your client to see it. It's just basically saying erase this, and in the white space that is now available, that is where you're going to paste your original agreement text. So I've highlighted all that, and I'm going to hit the backspace on my keyboard. Now I'm ready to roll. I got a space there for me to go and paste the text that I want for this agreement. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go and open up the agreement document that we have that has the text that we want in here. So I do know that I've got an agreement down here in Microsoft Word. So I'm just kind of going down there and I'm hovering over the W, and then I'm going to click on the Word document, and that's going to bring it to the front screen. This agreement here, I'm just going to highlight all the text. I'm going to go ahead and do a Control-C or a right click and a copy. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and open up Notepad. Notepad is a program that all computers have. And it is going to, I'm just going to search for Notepad right here, Notepad. And it's going to strip the text from any odd formatting or unique characters that might not transfer over to the HomeGauge agreement too well. And it's just a good practice to do. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to hit edit and I'm going to say paste. It's all the same text I had before. I'm going to go back to edit. I'm going to do select all because I'm going to copy it from Notepad. Notepad has stripped it of all the extra coding. I'm going to hit edit and I'm going to do copy. So I've got all my information. I'm just going to minimize this. I'm going to minimize my Word document. And now I'm back to my agreement. And look, my cursor is just sitting right where I left it. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to paste my text by holding down Control and then clicking the V key. So Control V is how you can paste in the text. I'll show you something that might happen. If you try to do a right click and a paste, you're going to get this little error that says, hey, you've got to use Control plus V to paste. So just FYI, that might happen to you. So I'm here and I'm going to do Control V. All my text goes into my agreement. At this time, I can go ahead and do any other kind of formatting that I might want. Like right here, I'm going to erase a little bit of a space. You'll notice that the agreement starter template has some text that a lot of inspectors typically want in their agreement. Feel free to read it over. And if it resonates with you, you can keep it, you can modify it, you can delete it. And then there's also just some blocks down here at the bottom that are loaded up into this template, just in the case that you have a scenario where somebody needs to sign with a pen and paper. It puts a line there so a client could sign if they needed to. So everything looks good to me. I don't really feel like I need to customize anything more, but I would like to point out that you do have a toolbar up here where you can bold things, italicize, underline. As you go through, you can also use the numbered list, or you can bullet certain things in your agreement. We've got justification here with center or right. You can add a hyperlink somewhere in your document. You can choose a different font if you'd like. You can choose a different size. So there's a lot of easy to use customization tools that's going to pretty much match an email. And I think most of us know how to use an email and know how to use a lot of this basic formatting toolbars. So with that being said, if you've got any questions, or if you hit a snag, or maybe you're trying to have something appear and it's just not working using the tools in this, agreement that we have with HomeGauge, don't hesitate to reach out to HomeGauge support. We are here to help, and we're happy to do it. But I hope that this video gave you enough knowledge where you can help yourself and kind of start yourself out with a nice base agreement. And don't forget, before you're done with your agreement, go in and change the name. So right up here where it says agreement name, you don't want your customer signing an agreement that says agreement starter template. So be sure to erase that. You can call it whatever you'd like. I'm just going to call this one agreement. And then I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and I'm going to hit save agreement changes. And voila, I'm all set. You can preview your agreement simply by clicking the preview link at the bottom. It's going to show you what your agreement looks like, and it's going to pull in some fictitious dates and addresses. So this is all just fake stuff that it's pulling in just so you can get a general gist of what it looks like in its completed form. But yeah, definitely use that to make sure everything looks good as well. All right. Well, I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you have a wonderful day.